So you're demonstrating Photo Story 3 to me,
Yes,
right?
just main thing how it is just your stuff.
Okay.
So you import your pictures and let me just
Yep.
Control A. And so here your edit controls that rotate, automatic red eye, fix, and so on and so forth. So if we produce video that 4:3 aspect ratio. If any pictures here is not optimized for 4:3 aspect ratio, for instance, it's either portrait video, it's a video, or it's a still image, or a still image was done, for instance, with digital SLR that does 3:2 aspect ratio, right? We provide user with this with the option of automatically cropping it based on pretty interesting technology of attention model recognition. So it analyzes a picture, figures out what is the most important visual part of it, and suggests to you automatically cropping it, so to make it 4:3 aspect ratio, but still keep, the most interesting part, so you can tell your story about it. So, for instance, if I click this button, it will analyze all these things and try to figure out what can be easily cropped. So this is a panoramic image, and since it's too much to drop, it will not attempt to crop this one. So let's see what it will try to pick up and what. So, well, this is obvious, so that's fine. We'll take this one. The other cool thing is here that you can automatically, so it shows you the picture before. You see this is black borders because it's a portrait picture, and how it suggests to crop it. And you can immediately adjust it and say, well, I want just to concentrate on girl's face, and I don't want, okay, and you say, okay, I want that. Of course, when you enlarge the face, you immediately saw that she has red eye problems, which were corrected. So this girl's had red eye, so we'll just automatically try to fix it up. It determines, figures where her eyes are, and fix it.
Wow.
So
I remember spending hours in Photoshop doing that.
So we're done with that. So then we move here, and here we can apply text, title text to any picture. I won't type it right now, but essentially to any picture you can position it and align it to the top, bottom.
Well, what does it look like? Let me just type channel.
Okay, so fine. So let's do. Let's. You can fix. Where's my? Oh. So any what is it called? True type font on your system we can use, and then you can do your usual things with colors and right, and then you can apply. I mean, you can position it. Well, let's put it to bold.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. So next, and so essentially with this kind of adding these captions, you can insert this essentially break a story into different chapters. Like you add your
title pages.
Title pages. Right. Oh yeah. We also can add a bunch of effects here. So for instance, if you want your writing to stand out, we can, for instance, where's the blur here? There's wash out. So it's not that interesting, but for instance, black and white or something else. I mean, different things. Or of course, you can just say, okay, I don't want any effects on this picture and move on. So by the time you're here, application figures out how to move your pictures so they look very nice. So you can always preview it and look at the pace of the story and what is highlighted for you and so on and so forth. So I want you to look at how, at the pace. So this picture, when you add text to a picture, by default it's static, so you can read it. But all this stuff starts to move. I want to pay attention to the pace of it. So you see, though it figures out that it's a panorama, and it shows it full screen, and the pace is adjusted based on the size of the panorama. So it's in line, I mean, feeling wise with the rest of the picture. So it's not rushed through the panorama in 5 seconds like any other picture.
Wow.
So it figures it out. So it moves your things. Here's a crop girl's face, and so on and so forth. So let's say you are, happy with this motion, but you know that this guy has this, you want to put, attract people attention to the things he has on his mask. So you can essentially create a pretty big zoom motion.
Right. So the left picture is the start position,
Start position.
and the right picture is the
is
end
end position. We also show you the number of pixels here, number of pixels here, so you can also judge it when you publish the video, right? That the size of that your smaller zoom should be, comparable to the smallest portion of the picture you're showing should be in line with the resolution. Otherwise, we'll have to stretch it, right? So, for instance, if we produce 640 by 480 movie, this should be pretty good. And so if you look 3200 by 800, so this is between 4 and 5. So this is around like 22x digital zoom. So I just want to show you. And if you notice, the duration is automatically adjusted. So as soon as you adjust motion, we recalculate duration so it still looks smooth, not rushed, not too slow, not too fast. So let's look, and you have immediate preview what it will do for this long of a zoom. So it's very smooth, it's very, very evenly paced, which is very few guys do it, especially some of the slideshows based on Flash, and they just have like tunnel effect, because the deeper you zoom, they like speed up like crazy. When you zoom out, they start fast and then they just very slow down. So
Interesting.
okay, so
what kind of algorithm do you do then?
So
Yes.
Yes.
About that because it's external. This is like
Oh, is that patented?
Yeah, it's patented. Yeah.
So for instance, you see the default motion is 5 seconds, right? But if you want to really create some dramatic effect, you say, okay, I want to concentrate on this shell here, and want to start on this, show all the facets of this one and hang around in there, and then go to the whole picture. We automatically figure out for how long to move it, and when you preview it, you start with full screen, just this shell, so you can just look at it very closely, and then go to the whole thing.
Was this all coded in C++?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you use Visual Studio? Or?
Of course.
Of course. I hope you'd say that.
Okay, so and I mean you can create this, and the other cool thing is, right, when you first come here, the program shows you what default motion is assigned, so you know that it starts here and ends here. But for instance, if you want to more concentrate on create a kind of a interesting effect of mother looking at the daughter and then finish on her smile, right, you can position your rectangle here. Then to make sure that it's exactly the same size rectangle, so that it's perfect pan, you can say set the end position to be the start position, so it's exactly the same, and then you can move it to the girl's face, right? So you'll have just straight pan and finish at girl's smile. So here you go. So you'll have them having a conversation. So mom talks to the daughter, and you finish up in your smile. So it gives you all these creative controls.
That's awesome. Can you show me the music?
Right, sure. Yes, we also added in all Movie Maker transitions, like more than 45 transitions, and here you can see that it shows that this is by default it's crossfade, but we have before you really commit to it, you can see everything how it will look, and we have 3D transitions like flips and page curls and whatnot. So you can experiment with all these things, and people sometimes go really gaga on it. Like this one woman in our usability show brought the pictures of her son playing baseball, and all her transition she changed to the stars because he was a star, and so she wanted everything to be a star. Right. Anyway, so, but for unobtrusive kind of very natural moving thing, I mean, a lot of people prefer crossfade still because it's kind of out of the way. Okay, so here's our music selection piece, which allows you to select the existing music. So for instance, here, I select the existing music and it covers as many pictures as it can, and you can preview it, okay, and it will show you both music and pictures. Okay, but so you can drop multiple things here, and we will fade out of this one and go into the new one. Let's go to so it will fade out, and then the new music track will start. But really cool stuff here that's introduced with this version is create music, as I said. So for instance, let's select this picture and create music. And here you have, as I said, multiple pieces of music, multiple styles of music that fall into the 11 major, like classical, country, dance, funk, jazz, cool jazz. I mean, sorry, jazz Latin. So for instance, this seems like a...
You don't have Eminem on here, do you?
No. But we have funk, we have hip hop. So for instance, this looks like a, the beach scene. So let's try Caribbean.
Okay.
Right, so you can adjust mood, cheerful. You want high intensity. You want to have high, higher tempo. And so it starts, and then it ends as a song. So we don't fade out this one because it will finish up pretty well. Okay, so and you drop it on, and just shows you, where it starts, where it ends. The cool thing about it is since we compose it automatically. If you put, let's say, another picture under it, it automatically recomposes. So if I make this picture last, and I preview it now, this picture will have the end of the song. So it automatically recomposes, automatically shrinks. Right. So, and as I said, you can create a bunch of things like that, and just to show you how that you will feel the difference in the mood. So let me show you this Amadeus. So piano, that's sentimental music, and then I'll show you the anxious music, just to just so you can hear it out and figure it out whether you hear the difference. So here's sentimental. Okay. So let's go to anxious. It's kind of suspenseful. So you can play with a lot of those things. You can also play with, for instance, with outer space, with the band that plays it. So here's more a piano. Check this one out. It's more percussion. Or clangs. So you can essentially play with a lot of variety here.
Now, can you lay audio on top of audio? Can I record
Yes.
my voice and
Yes.
put it on top of the audio?
Absolutely. So here, I mean, let's record something, right? Okay. It has built-in mic into this, so right, it's going to be bad, but okay. Here's Johnny. Is proud of presenting his snorkel. He's about to plunge into the water. Right, so we'll have both. So when you preview it, it will. Here's Johnny.
is proud of presenting his snorkel. He's about to plunge into the water.
You can reduce the volume also.
You can
Yeah.
reduce volume of the music comparatively, so my voice is going to be much heard.
Okay, here's Johnny. Is proud of presenting his snorkel.
Yeah, so you can combine those things.
Excellent.
And at the end, as I said, here's the activities that you can do. You can, of course, send it for your computer, and it has multiple profiles. Send it an email. So I want to show you, for instance, if you send it the email, right? So we had panorama, we have all these deep zooms. So it's building a story based on your activity. It figures out what profile, and I mean, first of all, it's very fast. The other thing is, did we do?
We took audio. Well, you can talk about it.
Yes. Okay. So for email, it tries to have the video clip under 1 meg, so you can send it with most of the email programs. But you, of course, can go if, let's say, you are on, on the mail service that allows 2 megabytes or more. You can go and tweak the profile and have a larger video.
How long approximately is 1 megabyte video on this?
With this profile, depends on the profile, right?
Okay.
But with 320 by 240 profile, the video is about 1 megabyte is probably about like a minute 10 seconds. So it's a very sizable video. So essentially, what we think that where this kind of thing can be very good, you go with your kid to the park, you shoot a bunch of photos, and you email them immediately. You create your story, you put some music, you narrate, you put some funny comments, put some captions, you immediately email it. So it's just instantaneous thing that you can distribute between friends and family. You go to the party, you shoot a couple of pictures, and you send to everybody.
Is there any limit to the audio I can record?
Length, yes. So for each picture up to 5 minutes. So it's
5 minutes.
It's more than enough, because then the motions become boring because it's almost not moving anywhere.
Okay.
Right.
So, interesting. Okay. Because what I want to do is do a radio show on top of my photo story, and layer it on top. Layer it on top. So turn down the music.
Yes.
But do like a 10-minute audio
Right,
blog
right.
post on top of my photo story.
Yeah. So for instance, it's
I'll have to
created
play around with it.
240 by 480. It can put it under. It's 500 KB, right? So let's say we tell it to do 320 by 240 just manually, because so it picks up one, it makes it best guess, and then you can go and you can go and do 320 by 240 and say, let's see, okay, do another one for us.
Okay.
And I just want to show you what kind of quality you're going to get. Around 1 meg,
Right.
and this was going to be more than a minute.
Now, if it's
video.
for my DVD player,
Yes,
I don't need it.
We have profiles that's so since it's a free distribution, we don't include any codecs for burning. But what we do, because essentially, if people have DVD burners, they probably have a burning software
Right.
with. But what we do smartly is that when you move over, see, this is still less than 1 meg. So what we do smartly, because when you move over still images on TV, you have a lot of kind of bad artifacts like moires, and it's just all these thin lines or horizontal lines come alive, and it's just very distracting. So we do a smart blurring of these things. So essentially, when you on TV, for our DVD and VCD profiles, we do a good job there. So your video will have you'll have a better viewing experience. So I check it out for a story that what you can. So view your story. So I want to show you the quality. So let's see that its video size is 100%. Yeah, 100%.
You can make it full screen.
Yeah, you can make it full screen, but of course the quality will get.
Yep.
But that you can mail, and this is, 1 minute 20 seconds. That quality of video again was all.
Here's Johnny. He's proud of presenting his snorkel. He's about
Now
to
you will be
plunge
able
into
to
the
read
water.
whatever it's there on his face.
Yep. Yeah. That's really, really cool. So,
And as you saw, it was just a couple of clicks.
yep. And there's some email programs that let you send around 10 or 15 megabytes
Yeah.
at a time. So
And so you continue doing it, and it will, put in your email client, attach the video, and so on, so you can go back. And we can show, and so overall we provide 14 profiles, so you can just
Yeah.
send it away. We provide a bunch of profiles. So for if you have a good computer, you can create really big one. If you have good pictures, we're providing the resolution up to 1024 by 768. But it's going to be pretty. I'm not sure, but yeah. So let's do 600 by 800 by 600. You see that if your pictures are good, it's going to be stunningly looking.
yeah.
Because it preserves everything.
It's still a WMV file at
Yes.
this point?
Yeah. So even at this, so we'll check this. So the size of 800 by 600 video of almost minute and a half, minute and 20 seconds, and we'll see the size.
Now, who's your competition?
So we have several products out in the market right now from I would say $30 to $50 range that do different type of things. Some of them allow quite similar, what should I say, freedom in some of the how to specify motion. Not as much as we do, but allowed to do it. But some of them are only, for instance, to create a video and produce DVD out of it. So, for instance, the quality of the preview suffers. It's not very good. But when you burn a DVD, it looks good on TV. Some of them don't provide as much control. So, for instance, you can control motion, but you cannot control the duration of transition. Or the duration of transition, the granularity is not big. Is not small enough. No, it's half a second. So you cannot create a lot of things with it because
Right.
MTV type of things you won't be able to create with it because
Right.
it's just too long. I would say as a free download, it's just nothing touches us.
Yep. This is really, really neat.
Okay, so let me show you. So this is 800 by 600.
Yep.
Almost 1.5 minutes, 4 meg. So let's see the quality of this thing.
Yeah, much bigger. Yep. So you get a little bit bigger video, but much better quality.
Yeah, because you can see your picture preserved in this.
Okay, here's Johnny. He's proud of presenting his snorkel. He's about to plunge into the
Optical
water.
safety lens or whatever. And it's just your photos come alive here.
That's really cool.
So let's see that shell, because I think that shell is going to look stunning with all the yeah, look at that. You can see the pearly glow of light. And so it's
Much better quality. Yeah, that's neat. And you could go even bigger. So,
oh yeah, it's just bound by the
Right.
how good is your machine.
Congratulations. It's
Thank
really,
you.
really neat product. Thank you for taking some time and showing it to us.
Sure.